Hi everybody, it's me, it's Amy Caroline, Welcome back to a brand new video. Welcome back to my channel. So, I changed my mind, I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I'm gonna read some ghost train stories to you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and read some ghost train stories to you guys. So, anyway, I changed my mind. So I'm gonna go ahead and read some ghost train stories to you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Okay? Okay? So the first story is called the Moonville Tunnel. First story is called the Moonville Ghost. 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 The Moonville Ghost is about a tunnel. Anyway, the Moonville Ghost is the story I'm gonna read right now. So enjoy this, okay? So the Moonville Ghost, here we go. Southeastern Ohio is haunted by a trackside specter, the Moonville Ghost. The story has told by area resident Robin Lacey goes like this. Many variations of the story float the night mist in the Raccoon Creek Valley of Benton County, but they seem to agree on these points. The figure is tall, some say 8 feet, and is a black man. He carries a brakeman's lantern glowing an eerie bluish light. He is seen in the area of Moonville, a name remaining from the late 19th century coal days. But today truly a ghost town without even palpable foundations for its store, post office, and some 150 residents, but it did indeed straddle the Maritia and Cincinnati Railroad, as spelled on 1866 stock certificates main line between Baltimore and St. Louis. In 1883, it became the B&O and was abandoned by CSX in 1981. Immediately east of town stood the Moonville Tunnel. A shorterish bore through a ridge of limestone, which sported a moss encrusted brick portal on each end, rather lovingly remodeled in the B&O tradition. By Chief Engineer G.M. Graham in 1903, according to a handsome bronze plaque just inside the east portal, quite similar in appearance to Big Tunnel, and it was inside this tunnel that a train struck and killed a local off-duty brakeman one gloomy night as he attempted to flag it because of flood damage west of the tunnel towards Zelski, presumably buried in the extant graveyard on the ridge above the tunnel. The figure is said to be roaming the right-of-way, still attempting to stop the train. Now I speak from personal experience. The ridge and the tunnel bore unusual autistic properties. One quiet sunny afternoon in the late 70s, several members of my family were helping me discover this notable curiosity and had photographed the track, the portals, the plow queue, and the likely location of the non-existent town. We were walking west across the first steel girdered bridge, leaping Raccoon Creek, when, without warning of any kind, a 70-car hotshot westbound freight exploded from the tunnel. There were no warning whistle, and the first hint of the war of the diesels came, and we saw the cheesy on the front unit aimed straight at us. We panicked but scrambled from the mid-Spain refuge and covered our ears, and three orange GPs barely sideswiped us and plunged downgrade, leading bizarrely unending assortment of freight cars toward Hamden, Chillicothe, then Cincinnati, and points west as good as 40 miles per hour. So that experience was burned into my memory with such terrifying violence that whenever the Moonville Ghost comes to mind, my spine tingles with sympathy for his plight. Variations of the story involve moonshine, copicals, produce thereabouts, an incident, school teacher in white robes, and a laundry list of conflicting motives. So, Okay, so going back to this story, so the ghost was up, and as it was inside this tunnel, that a train struck and killed a local off-duty brakeman one gloomy night as he attempted to flag it because of flood damage west of the tunnel towards Zelski. Anyway, presumably buried in the extant graveyard on the ridge above the tunnel. The figure is said to be roaming the right-of-way, still attempting to stop the train. So a railroad brakeman was killed and struck by a train, and a railroad brakeman was killed and struck by a train while he was trying to flag it down and stuff like that. And now his ghost is roaming the tunnel, trying to stop the train. So yeah. Now somebody, anyway, that's what the story is. As spelled on 1866 stock certificates main line between Baltimore and St. Louis in 1883, it became the B&O and was abandoned by CSX in 1981. I'm not really sure if the Moonville Tunnel is still there, but the Moonville Tunnel is still there, but I don't think the tracks are not. His ghost still haunts the tunnel. Though, but I don't think the tracks are there anymore. So that is the Moonville ghost story. And so now the next story I'm gonna read is right here. Now the next story I'm going to read is McDough, Georgia Ghost Train. Macadon, Georgia Ghost Train. McDough, Georgia Ghost Train, Georgia. Anyway, the story that I'll be reading is McDough, Georgia Ghost Train. So without further ado, McDough, Georgia Ghost Train. Here we go. Okay. According to local legend, a train approaching McDough, Georgia in 1919 wrecked with such devastating force that all of the passengers and crew aboard were killed. Since then, the train and its doomed occupants have tried to reach McDough safely, and the ghost train approaches the station. Its whistle blows, the engine roar, and smoke belches in the air and into the air. People who hear the sounds always pause and look for a train, but the Phantom Rattler never reaches the station. McDough is located on the former Southern Railway railway line, now Norfolk Southern, from Atlanta through Mason to Brunswick, Georgia. It was once the site of a junction with a now abandoned Southern Railway branch from McDough to Griffin, Georgia. So yeah. According to local legend, the train was approaching McDough, Georgia in 1919 when it wrecked with such devastating force that all of the passengers and crew aboard were killed. Since then, the train and its doomed occupants have tried to reach McDough safely. As the ghost train approaches the station, it whistles. It whistles, blows the engine roar, and smoke belches into the air. People who hear the sounds always pause and look for a train, but the Phantom Rattler never reaches the station, though. So yeah, that's what happened, and that's what So yeah. So that's what happened. That's what happened. So yeah, the train wrecked. The train wrecked in the year of 1919. In the year of 1919. So so um so yeah. And people go out to look for the ghost train. People go out to look for the ghost train, but all they hear is the sounds. People could hear the sounds, always pause and look for a train too. As they look for it, they always pause, and 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 look for a train, but the Phantom Rattler never reaches the station though. But they could hear it, but they can't see it. They can't see it. They can't see it, but they can hear it though. They can hear it. And it never reaches it never reaches the station. It never reaches the station though. It never reaches the station. Like it says here, it never reaches the station. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. So 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 that is that is the story of McDough, Georgia Ghost Train. That is the story of McDough, Georgia Ghost Train. I don't think I said that right. McDonough, Georgia. Yeah. McDonough, Georgia. So McDonough, Georgia. So McDonough, Georgia is located in with the now abandoned Southern Railway from McDonough to Griffin, Georgia. So yeah, the tracks are not even there anymore. But you can still hear the train. You can still hear it, but you can't see it. And the tracks are abandoned. Wait a minute. I think the tracks are there. I think the tracks are there. I think the tracks are there. I think they are. I think they are. I think the tracks are there. I think the tracks are there. I think they are. I think they are. So that is the story of McDonough, Georgia Ghost Train, and the last story that I'll be reading, and the last story that I'll be reading is called A Ghostly Race. 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 So without further ado, A Ghostly Race is the next story and the last one that I'll be reading right now. Okay, so here we go. During the late years of the 19th century, a Sioux brave and his black Mustang would often race trains rushing across the western prairies. Travelers who saw the brave always reported the same thing. The Indian wearing leopard-spotted war paint would be seen waiting for the train on an open stretch of prairie. As the train passed him, the Indian would wheel his horse and gallop at full speed after it. It was a race that couldn't be won by flesh and blood. The Mustang wouldn't tire, but slowly, surely the train would pull away from the Indian and his horse, finally leaving them far behind. Was the brave protesting the iron horse's invasion of his land, or was he simply testing his prowess? No one knows, and no one knows how or when the Braves' race ended. Did they end crushed under the wheels of a train? Over 50 years later, a drummer was riding at night. Was riding a night train from Minneapolis to Butte, on the Northern Pacific. He occupied a lower berth in an old-fashioned sleeper. The drummer woke with an uneasy feeling. He lay awake for a minute, trying to decide what roused him. Then though, to open his window shade, outside, a lone rider was visible in the darkness. With a sudden shock, the drummer realized the rider was gaining on the train. Even though it was highballing at speed across the flat prairie, as the rider drew to the sleeper window, the drummer strained his eyes, trying to see what the horseman looked like. The rider was an Indian, daubed with war paint and mounted on a black Mustang. As the drummer watched in disbelief, the Indian and rider passed his car as if they were outrunning the train. Impossible! This couldn't be a real horse and rider. The same man saw the apparition many other times on the Wyoming or Dakota prairies. He always saw the ghostly horse and rider at night after waking with an uneasy feeling. Was the Sioux brave returning to test his supernatural powers against the earthly train? And in the beginning, no one knows, and no one knows how or when the brave races ended. Did they get crushed under the wheels of a train? Travelers who saw the brave always reported the same thing. The Indian wearing leopard spotted war paint would be seen waiting for the train on an open stretch of prairie. As the train passed him, the Indian would wheel his horse and gallop at full speed after it. It was a race that couldn't be won by flesh and blood. The Mustang wouldn't tire, but slowly, surely the train would pull away from the Indian and his horse, finally leaving them far behind. Was the brave protesting the iron horse's invasion of his land, or was he simply testing his prowess? no one knows. No one knows for sure what he was doing, Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And no one knows how or when the brave races ended. Yeah. Nobody knows this. Anyway, and of course it says here that, So nobody knows this. So maybe they did get crushed under the real. Maybe they did get crushed under the wheels of a train. Maybe they did. But like I said, and like it said, nobody knows. Nobody knows. I hope you guys enjoyed these stories. Um, um, so give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell, and hopefully a ghostly race, and hopefully the Moonville ghost, and hopefully a ghostly race, and hopefully the Moonville ghost, and hopefully McDonough, Georgia ghost train will, hopefully McDonough, Georgia ghost train will be on the Travel Channel, Hopefully these stories will be on the Travel Channel and the History Channel one day. Hopefully it will. Hopefully McDonough, Georgia ghost train and the Moonville ghost and a ghostly race will be on the Travel Channel one day and the History Channel one day too. Hopefully it will. Give this video a thumbs up, and hopefully Ghost Train will be on the Travel Channel and the Discovery Channel and the History Channel too. And hopefully those stories that I just read will be season episodes on the Travel Channel and the History Channel also. Okay, so give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell, and happy haunted travels to you guys, and happy ghost hunting and happy ghost watching to you guys, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye everybody. Bye.